Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Hey, this cat. Y'all, let me just get this cat because she's trying to get into the compost. Get out of there. God. What is going on, y'all? It is your girl, Biola Akani. I am the founder of the non-performative yoga school, the EIL, yoga teacher trainer, as well as an emotional intelligence coach. Now, if you're new here and you are a yoga enthusiast, a wellness practitioner, or a professional of color that is experiencing any level of chronic stress or burnout, you are absolutely in the right place to transform that. And if you rocking with me from day one, welcome back to my channel, y'all. I know your girl has been on hiatus. Appreciate your patience. Y'all are actually joining me here in Costa Rica. I was here in 2022. I deeply love Costa Rica. Make sure you check out the past videos up here or down here. You might be asking, how does one go about gaining peace by giving up? I'm sure every coach, teacher, educator, guru out there has probably said the inverse, that you need to strive, you need to hustle, you need to grind in order to get those things that you want. And what I found is that is a crock of shit, or it's just not the absolute truth. It can be a truth for you if you choose to believe it, but it is not the absolute or ultimate truth. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is why it's not, how you can actually cultivate peace through other routes other than going 100 miles an hour to get it. And I apologize for the noise in the background. There's some construction happening, child, but we gonna work through it, okay? I was striving for success and peace, but I was not defining it for myself. So it was this big, empty, ambiguous thing. It probably looked a lot like what you think about when you think about peace or success. Having a certain amount of money and being able to buy a certain amount of things, fancy things, nice dinners, nice clothes, all these things that ultimately were not really indicative of peace for me. My idea of peace was empty. I didn't actually know how to define it for myself. I just knew that I wanted it. I started to cultivate peace because I started to define it for myself. What does peace and success actually look like for me? I know what it looks like on social media. Yogis sitting on a lily pad or what, doing the fire dancing. That's not it for me. That ain't it. So I needed to define it for myself. So I had to begin to define these very empty, ambiguous terms that I give a nature to based on how I'm perceiving them, so that I could shape and create my life around them based on how I want to experience these very empty, ambiguous terms. So the first thing I needed to give up was my obsession with perfection. I believed that being perfect would cultivate this ability of peace because it would change how people perceived me. If they perceived me as perfect in my mind, I believed that that would cultivate a level of peace for me. What actually happened was my obsession with perfection caused me to view a lot of my world as imperfect, as flawed, because my viewpoint was from this lens that things are flawed, starting within myself. As within, so without. So everything I viewed was imperfect. So instead of creating more peace, it created more harm. I couldn't accept things as they were. Nothing was ever good enough. Nothing was ever okay. There was always something to change. So I was actually cultivating the opposite of peace, committing my mind to seeing more and more imperfection, more to change, more to fix, and as a result, more for me to veil and cover. I had to give that up, child. And I started to actually accept things as they are and to see the beauty within things as they are, to see the beauty within people as they are, instead of fixating on changing something. And also within myself, I started to change this lens or this narrative of me being broken, actually started to see things as perfect. And as a result, I started to have more peace. Second thing I gave up trying was hustling and grinding. I let it go, child. I let it go. Hustling and grinding usually come from this trauma narrative of surviving. And as a result, I was cultivating more of a poverty mindset from that belief. Not only that, it only created more for me to hustle for. It only created more for me to grind for. It didn't actually lead me to peace. For many of us, there's this belief that I'll hustle and grind now in order to have peace and success later. That equation does not work that way. Like begets like. Hustling and grinding begets more hustling and grinding. The fruit of the seed of hustling and grinding is not peace. The fruit of peace is acceptance. So when I release this need to stop pushing and hustling and grinding, and to begin to cultivate more acceptance in my work, more acceptance in how I was doing things, I started to have more peace. The third thing that I gave up was the belief that I needed to earn something. Now this is a huge belief that has got to go. In our communities of color, we gotta let this go. If you believe that you need to earn something, you need to earn your peace, you need to earn your rest, you need to earn your ease, you need to earn your success, you're creating more work for yourself, because you're going to only produce more reasons to do more work so you can prove that you've earned the result of that. You can't rest long enough until that thought comes up again and says you need to earn more. So you need to work more so that you can earn it again. Let that shit go. Things do not have to be earned. They need to be created. Focus on creation instead of earning, which leads me to my fourth thing that I needed to completely give up, and that is viewing labor as value. Value is value. I was fixated on exchanging time for dollars in my business. I was fixated on working and physically working my body to the max because I equated that to value. Physical labor does not equate to value. Value is value. And the more you can communicate value without physically breaking your body down, the better. I really needed to learn that because I was so used to pushing my body as far as it could absolutely go. When I began to let these things go, which was very challenging for me, as someone who comes from Nigerian parents who have worked and labored so much of their life for themselves but also for their children, and kind of embedded that mindset into us very young, it took a lot to let myself give all of that up. To give up trying, pushing, striving, hustling, grinding. When I gave it all up is when I actually started to cultivate peace. So, homework for you. 1, I need you to begin to define what peace and success are for you, knowing that they're empty, ambiguous terms, that they're empty of a nature. They only have a nature based on how you perceive them, meaning that you can define them however you want. Your second piece of homework is discerning one thing that you are going to give up that's breaking you down mentally or physically. Third piece of homework, I have put together my most accessible program yet, and I'm super excited. It's gonna be launching in about 2 weeks. If you want in, your third piece of homework is hopping down to that link in my bio and jumping on the wait list. That's all you gotta do. I know many of y'all have been asking, I'm already a yoga teacher, or I don't want to take a yoga teacher training. I don't want to be a yoga teacher. So you've been asking for other types of program. It's here. Name and email, child. It's just put your name and email, and I'll make sure that you are alerted as soon as the program is announced. Now you got your 3 pieces of homework. If this resonated with you, go ahead and let me know in the comments and what that thing you are giving up is. I want to know what it is. I look forward to seeing y'all in my newest program. Continue to be well. Don't forget to follow your girl on the gram at Yoga by Biola, as well as at iya.well. I'll see y'all real soon.